All right, today we're learning how to make our own lava lamp. So I'm going to use water, I've already put in the cup, vegetable oil. I'm going to also use Alka-Seltzer, and I'm going to use a little bit of food coloring. So to begin, I'm going to add vegetable oil to my cup of water so that way we can see two different liquid layers. So remember, a liquid layer means that these two liquids have two different densities. So we can see that the water separates from the vegetable oil, meaning that the vegetable oil has less density than the water, meaning that the water is a bit heavier. So because they're separated, I'm going to go ahead and add some food coloring just to kind of give us an idea of what exactly the Alka-Seltzer is going to do for our homemade lava lamp. So once I've added the food coloring, I'm going to go ahead and add an Alka-Seltzer tablet, and we're going to wait a little bit before we add the second one so we can kind of get an idea of what's going to be happening. So we're seeing that the Alka-Seltzer is actually starting to cause bubbles to appear, which means that the heat is happening from the Alka-Seltzer. Because this Alka-Seltzer is meant to dissolve, that means that the molecules are meant to move really fast. So if molecules are moving fast, it means heat's going to be creating some of those bubbles. So since the heat is in there, that means that the liquid layers are absorbing the heat, causing those bubbles to rise to the surface, because we know that heat rises. So what we're seeing is that we're seeing those bubbles rise because of the heat that's being created by the Alka-Seltzer dissolving within the water. So now we're going to add a second Alka-Seltzer tablet, meaning that we're going to add more heat, which means we should see bigger bubbles, which is kind of like the movement that we see within a real lava lamp. So a lava lamp that's created by scientists, they are using a light bulb to create that heat. Here we're using chemical reactions in order to see what can happen within three different elements, meaning that we are creating a chemical reaction between the water, the oil, and the Alka-Seltzer. Now the food coloring is not really creating a chemical reaction for us, it's just kind of giving us an idea of what those bubbles are doing, giving us a better idea of what we should be seeing. So we're going to go ahead and make our own one of these in class, but the real question is what's physically happening here? What are some chemical reactions that we're seeing? What are things in science that we know are happening here? So what we're going to do is we're going to answer these questions through the use of creating our own lava lamp.